left up, that Los picked and now on a hot streak with the wind in their sails, but more importantly, we're after a map where Loben and Maya recreated some of the countless successes they've had this tournament. That is the map that FaZe have to face them on. That is ridiculous to think about.
Oh, absolutely. Especially with the fact that this map only has 5 plays at this tournament. We have barely seen this thing for the entire breadth of Atlanta. And honestly, I think there's a very good reason why. This map doesn't really rely too much on strategy. It is there, but it mostly relies on gunfights, that mechanical ability, as well as being able to play off your teammates for those picks. It feels like a down-home FPS when you come to border, and that's why Los feels so comfortable on this map. The ban phase is done, both of these teams knowing exactly what they want to get rid of. It's going to be Buck, especially for the offensive side. That's going to be very, very interesting. I like that ban a lot. It kind of falls into the same realm that we see on Cafe, right? There's a lot of verticality. Same thing can be said about this map. If you're playing something like Armory or something along those lines, Buck can exploit that bottom floor fully and make it very difficult to play a lot of these defensive standpoints that you're so very used to seeing. But as for the rest of the ban phase, we're going to have Ying out as well as Mira and a little Fenrir action. Really like that Fenrir ban 2, Carter, as this map is very short and condensed, and Fenrir makes it so very difficult to try and take those fights inside of those enclosed environments.
But an important defensive operator, well, technically 2 important defensive operators have been left up. The Valkyrie, of course, you still have those black eye cameras available to the defense, Solus as well. But the most important operator for me that has been left up is that Azami, because on border, she can completely change how you play the map. She's often a great addition on maps like Clubhouse, Garage, for example, or on Oregon Basement. But when you leave the Azami up on border, CCTV becomes infinitely more difficult to take. You can basically stick the Azami by herself in CCTV and let her recreate the entire architecture, the entire flow of the room. And who have they given those Kiba barriers to? Loben. The player nobody wants to peak this tournament. They have said, here's Azami, have fun. You can do whatever you want in CCTV so long as you make it hell for FaZe Clan to clear.
Yeah, that's exactly what that operator provides there. It used to be, folks, that we'd play something like a Frost with a deployable shield in there. You set it on the horseshoe desk, and you just try and play out your life. But with Loben, specifically on this operator, as Carter was just touching on, it becomes so much more difficult just because of the amount of utility that you have to clear. What a little cheeky angle here from Loben. If you get something out of this, I will definitely be stealing this one for my own arsenal. But KDS instead will be able to move in graciously around that and get those track stingers down towards the bottom of metal.
It'll cut off dashes. Egress from this main door, spots him, and somehow it's actually the second attempt at that gunfight for KDS to get that kill. Dashed in the wrong spot at the wrong time. Caught on the opposite side of those track stingers. KDS feeling a bit more secure on this entry down through the bottom floor now. Cyber also cutting down Maya. If we were worried about FaZe Clan not winning these fights, round 1 has proven to be the best they've looked so far throughout both of these maps. Especially for Cyber. Only 1 kill on their attacking half on Cafe, but here he's already doubled it. And is it looking to continue for more? The nade from below by KDS does not work. And Loben, surprisingly, despite the aggressive position he's been holding, one of the only 2 defenders left alive.
No place really to go from here either. Dots. Critical miss there, one they're really going to want back. But this round so far has been all FaZe all the time. A fantastic setup and a flawless round for them as they quickly dispatch the entirety of Los. Able to get the gridlock in very quickly, get those track stingers down low, making Dash's job a heck of a lot harder. He actually gets caught up in those trying to escape. That's what slowed him down on that exit, allowing Gridlock to get that kill. And then FaZe Clan is immediately capable of taking control of that top floor, start working things from the east stairwell, as well as keeping things active around CCTV. Makes it really difficult for Los to find a safe space. You especially see this in Cameraman's movement, right? He tries to back off, but they already have that player set up, mark and ready over on the east stairs to collapse upon them and not allow those rotations.
One thing for FaZe that they might look to. That's something that most excellent. Just ridiculous entries from Cyber. But speaking of, one thing that FaZe can look forward to is they got the opening pick a few times on their attacking side, and then it was huge retakes or clutches from Los to win the round. If FaZe can get the opening pick on Border, this map is often far more susceptible to the trend of if you get the opening pick, you win the round, because you have to defend so much of the map. You have to defend CCTV, you have to defend archives, especially on Teller's archives right now, or excuse me, office, up above on the second floor. You need to defend so much of the map no matter what bomb site you're holding. So if the attack gets an opening pick, that's usually a segment of the map either that's now much easier to clear or officially in the control of the attack, and Border can often snowball from there. So whereas on Cafe, Los could often fall back on the setup to get something, here that's not as viable a strategy.
Yeah, most definitely. Border is currently our least played map, as we touched upon. This will be the 6th play here at this tournament. Folks, it has a 41% defensive win rate. It is the worst in the pool by far. And speaking of the bomb sites, when it comes to the main 3, we won't even talk about Supply Customs because it's only got 2 plays on it. But the other 3, specifically this one here, Teller's Bathroom, is the most defendable site out of the others at 44%.
Part of it might be because if you can just hold on to that directly upstairs position for a long time, or can retain control of Passport in the late round, you can often stop the attack from moving into the bomb site entirely. Those are 2 of the more defensible positions on the map, or at least in the case of Customs, one that the attack often forgets to clear. Early utility usage from FaZe Clan, utilizing these Rotero drones to open up holes in the wall or destroy castle barricades. But if you were worried that FaZe Clan might overlook Customs and let someone lurk there late in the round, they are, at least right now, very focused on clearing utility on that part of the map, instead letting Cyber lurk around upstairs.
Honestly, FaZe's pacing on their offenses works perfectly into a map like this because there's not a lot to accomplish on Border. It is a lot of patience plays and just seeing if the defense can potentially overplay their hand, gifting you over a kill or practically some map space that you didn't have just yet. For FaZe, it worked handily in that first round as they were able to garner a flawless one. KDS now with solid positioning around Customs. He'll miss his mark, but that doesn't mean that Cyber will. He'll take down Maya. Another big moment for Souls here as they've created the kill box on this bottom floor. These Roteros and everything else making these harsh angles that Los cannot deal with. They don't even know the handies on the top floor. Is it going to be a back-to-back flawless, folks? It is! As FaZe have woken up. No longer frauds on this offensive side.
So FaZe came to play. As 2 back-to-back flawlesses is as quite literally dominant a start as you could get. Cyber especially, 2 opening picks in a row, completely taking control of at least one part of the map every single time. In round 1, he entirely opened up East Stairs and then made it a lot easier to take CCTV control. And this time, open up CCTV entirely.
Yeah, the key thing here for Los, folks, is the fact that they're allowing FaZe to get a lot of this setup done, but it's also really, really difficult to try and battle back against the way that they're accomplishing this. Exactly how do you prepare for 4 Flores drones to just roll through and start opening up angles that weren't necessarily going to be something that you expected FaZe to try and go for? You're looking for them to try and move some bodies into place, but instead they're using utility to accomplish a lot of this, and then using those bodies and those angles as a secondary thing later on into the round. It's working very swimmingly for them right now because Los aren't able to strike true in this opening minute and a half like they love to do on Cafe.
5 seconds left before insertion.
No, Los' strong point is not meeting any target on FaZe the way they want to. FaZe seem to be running circles around them at this point, at least through these first 2 rounds. We'll move to another bomb site. Teller's Archives, Armory. No, back to the Armory, actually. Excuse me. So we will repeat from Los, but we do have some similar setups. Lobin still on a zombie inside a CCTV. We have the addition of the Valkyrie this time, so that will be intel going the way of Los. However, FaZe Clan will see that a zombie in CCTV, likely see the similarities at Border Round 1, and know that most of this attack doesn't necessarily need to change so long as they are wary of the potential intel.
Solid standpoint here for Los to stand on, but we saw how it went last time. They went back to the same well as they did in the first round. It's going to be an Armory defense here. KDS in the exact same position with the exact same setup around metal stairs. This time around, though, he's been vetted by the Valkyrie camera. Frag grenade out, and this should be called. Fortunately enough, nobody will die here, as there were plenty of bodies in the area, just nobody home when it came to that nade. Loban's actually going to find him on the yellow mark with the deagle. A couple shots will actually pop into him, but it's actually going to be Maya as well as Cameraman that go down here. And once again, FaZe able to play this round out the way that we saw them trying to do things over on Cafe. Set up that kill box around the top floor, get somebody actively working the flooring with frag grenades down low. These players have to try and flush things out, have to try and take these gunfights, and FaZe are striking true.
Dash looks to retake. He's got intel on that East Stairs player. Cyber, the demon, cut down. Now Los will retreat. They've got one of their picks, but Loban is alone on an island inside a CCTV, and the rest of FaZe are just storming on into Armory. Dots doesn't even know. Dash shuts down KDS. So focused on this East Stairs player, takes him down, but again, FaZe have the bomb site. They took the entirety of Armory, while Los were so focused on Archives. Vitakin can get this plant. That's not a question. Souls just has to cover, has to dodge this C4, and make sure Loban can't retake. Bomb goes down successfully. C4 still in Dash's pocket. They'll have to take this gunfight if they want to make it work. Dash now down, nobody to double up on Souls. Loban, the only one left. He has that 1v2 to think about, but he only gets one. 3-0 for FaZe Clan. Not a flawless, but an excellent rotation. FaZe looking indomitable on border.
Yeah, these offenses looking a heck of a lot better. Los are going to call the timeout immediately here. Really good idea from them, especially given the circumstances. Although Border a terrible defensive side map, you still need some rounds over here. And not only that, but FaZe have looked dominant in absolutely everything that they're doing. My personal opinion, it just feels as though Los has given up the goods a little bit in certain situations. They're going for a couple of big swings, trying to find those big kills like they did on Cafe. But FaZe are more than ready for it this time around, and it's working swimmingly for them. Cyber especially, a completely different beast than he was on Cafe. Not really finding his mark over there, but 5-1 so far through 3 rounds on Border.
That's ultimately the difference maker for me. 3-0 on entry as well for Cyber throughout these first 3 rounds. FaZe basically put him in a position to say, all right, we might give you some intel, but basically we're just going to put you into a position and you should be getting a kill. Just hang out, play some of these windows. Before, it was the CC window. That time, it was the courtyard balcony window. Just waiting for somebody from Los to move through the map and then get a kill, and then that's when the FaZe attack starts. Even think back to round 2, where it was so quiet for FaZe, and then Cyber gets that pick, and all of a sudden, that's when it felt the round actually started. FaZe are just waiting for Los to slip up. Maybe not even swing, but just rotate in front of the wrong position, and once somebody gets that pick, usually Cyber so far, that is when FaZe say, all right, let's go.
Absolutely. That's the beauty out of Cyber, too, especially that first round we saw where he was able to collapse in behind CCTV. Those are the moments that you're looking for FaZe, where they get a little bit of an inch of that rope, take a mile.
5 seconds left.
To see if they can do so with round 4 after Los's timeout. And I love the strategy change here from Los. A lot of traps coming out to play. This is something that is a hallmark of Border. A lot of times when teams start to struggle, when the offense starts to just be overwhelming, things like traps, things like EDDs as well can really give you a big problem. Losing HP or making it where you can't sprint with the likes of the goo mine.
Can, but EDDs are powerful in really 2 positions. One in which you place them on spots that people don't normally know about. And I mean, one on Border is a big one. I mean, you have that double door halfway down the 90 hallway. I forget there's even a door there half the time.
I was literally talking to Pengu about that a couple of days ago. It was one of my favorite spots to put EDDs in all of Rainbow Six, and I completely agree with you.
But then the other EDD position where they're powerful is the late round, where the attacking team forgets, then they walk into them. But that implies that you need to start stalling time. The big problem for Los is they haven't been winning these fights. But now, finally in round 4, an opening pick goes their way. But KDS quickly recovers. Maybe on the second, no, he backs off. Maya instead is the one that gets the kill. Where Los have been struggling in this early round, now they actually have a lead for the first time in this game.
And this is what we expected more out of Los. You can see these key positionings around the map, making things very very difficult for FaZe to play the entry game. Vita King's gonna walk into one of these goon mines. He's been read out now, and Los, they've kind of fallen back on this top floor, making life a little bit easier for them, keeping this man advantage well within their right. They've already accomplished what they needed to up against FaZe. Now they just have to try and rest for the rest of the round, see what FaZe's answer is going to be, and then strike while the iron's hot.
For this recovery as well, it's extremely difficult for FaZe. They're down to one drone. One singular bit of intel gathering they have available to them, and it's in none of the players' pockets that are still alive. It is simply a flank drone, and maybe not even a useful one. So Maya sitting in that position on the opposite side of Beepers, he's gonna go unread. Dots, his position is only now known because he gave it away, but not for Vita King, who goes in for the counter swing. FaZe are at least trading things out, but while they were on the back foot, now Handy cuts down Maya. They have control of the top floor, and they finally equalize the man count, whereas Los have been one step ahead the entirety of round 4. More importantly as well, 40 seconds remaining, and Handy can begin opening up this top floor, finding angles on these defenders down below, but everyone from Los is backed out of the bomb site. They're looking to play the retake. They're waiting for FaZe Clan to drop.
There's no drones for FaZe to work with either. Both of these players, 0 drones in the pocket, only 1 active as well, and we have no idea where the heck that even is. They know that it's coming through now. He has to get off the case, but does he know that Dash has this back door open? He doesn't cook the frag, and Los with a beautiful round. The pacing is exactly what we expected out of them when we got to border. It isn't what we got initially. A little overcompensation in some moments, but that time around, the power positions around that top floor especially gifting them over exactly what they needed to take round 4.
We finally see the read from Los that we needed to see. FaZe often like to entry on that east side, but more importantly, Los has identified where they wanted to entry. It's been the east side a few times, it's been maybe CC another time, but overall, FaZe like that part of the map. So, Los decide, okay, we still need to play aggressive. Border's not a site where you can just anchor the bomb site and play it like cafes, sit behind that utility. You need to get aggressive. What we're not doing is playing off each other. We're not coordinating plays. It's a lot of solo efforts, and then we're getting cut off. Now you have the Solus sprint up east stairs, get the kill, and even though they fall, there's someone all the way in CCTV to trade out Dash once he goes down. That's Maya with this kill right here. That's what Los have been lacking. They've been lacking the, obviously, successful initiative, but more importantly, when they got that advantage, there were plenty of players in positions to make sure they kept it.
On a map like Border, Carter, you have to play actively off of the information that is coming to your team, especially from the defensive side. I mean, we always talk about how big it is to be able to get a kill on any map. I mean, all of these operators and their utility is worth its weight in gold, but it's practically platinum when it comes to Border because having guns alive on this map is of the utmost importance. When you have a man advantage on Border, I mean, it feels like you're a juggernaut. Nobody can stop you. You can just trade things out, and 9 times out of 10, you're winning the round. Los looking so solid right now. Is they're actually going to head downstairs here to a site that we don't see often, folks. This is the one that I didn't refer to, Carter, because we only had 2 rounds played on it, but it has a 50% win rate.
So we don't know who's going to win?
Exactly. We actually have no idea.
Oh!
Uh-oh. Oh, he got it, though. He got it off. Vita King still has another one. We have no EMPs here. They're going to have to nade over for this, and I do believe that they've got it. There's going to be nobody to try and step up and bandit trick that, because honestly, why would you? There's asking to die in a moment like that if you really don't know what the offense has brought fully. So Cameraman's just going to lock things up on the farther side and make sure that Passport isn't a play for FaZe down the line.
He's got to be worried about that breach for the remainder of the round. Might need to start worrying about the custom side as well. Cyber going for that nade from below. Oh, just moves a little too far past Lobin. Just holding this vertical angle like his life depends on it, making sure Cyber can't walk in through that doorway. But the jail breach opens so early on, that would be a very nice addition to FaZe Clan's attack. If they can get both sides of this bomb site secured before they push in, that's what they want. But Lobin is stopping it, so Souls is slowly creeping into a position to take a gunfight with him. But he's taken down. Lobin removes him from the board, and he retains a key bit of map control, but he did not shut down that breach.
And this is going to be the biggest issue for them, is this positioning here from Lobin. He needs to stay alive, though. As long as he's alive, FaZe has to deal with him here because of his positioning over the top of Passport. He can gatekeep this door. He can make sure these breaches don't work out for them, but now Los They're flying too close to the sun. Loban and Dots both go down. FaZe find what they've wanted this entire round, and now they can start trying to focus on the actual site.
But the big bonus Los have had in these past 2 rounds, round 4 and 5, they've dismantled FaZe's drone economy. 1 drone last time, 2 now, it might not matter. But Vidaking comes off the diffuser to cut down Cameraman, but Maya's still up above. That's Case now dropped on the floor. Somebody's got to pick it back up, or FaZe might be forced to win this round off gunfights. Dash, the only one down below, actually around the bomb site though. And FaZe are so worried about the Solus up above, they sent Cyber upstairs
20
on
seconds.
cleanup duty. Time running low, KDS has the intel, and he doesn't land it. Los with the recovery might just end up evening this half.
And if you're a Los fan, folks, you have to be praising Maya right now. Without that positioning being reclaimed on the top floor, that is a FaZe round through and through. But instead, he shuts it down. He hits a critical shot onto the man with the case. And it's cold case inside a sight. No case, no face. Especially here for Los, as they've been able to pick up 2 key rounds here on this defensive end. It's looking so dastardly from them past the timeout. If they can get this 3rd round, FaZe are most definitely in hot water.
Opening picks continuing to be a problem for FaZe in the second half of their attacking side. They got it 3 rounds in a row, but both rounds Los acquired it. Particularly with disengagement from Loban, they have not been able to recover, even though they got that 4v3 from some solid heads-up plays. With how much time was wasted by Loban on that top floor around the break position, FaZe were so low that once they started pushing down, investing all of their resources and getting a bomb down through the customs wall, Maya was able to retake because everyone was focused on making sure nobody could flank up 90 or flank up down the metal hallway down below. So Maya's able to retake into CCTV and get that kill. If Los can find another opening pick, if they can get it for the 3rd round in a row, a 3-3 is not out of the question.
Oh man, I'm starting to get nervous, Lynx. FaZe Clan have already lost their own map pick to Los. Los now looking to take some very critical rounds on the hardest side of any map in our competitive pool. They get 3 rounds, they've more than beat the odds. They've set a precedent for how to handle things here on border. FaZe Clan looking to sweep this under the rug. They need this 4-2 so badly. They want to extend this to Consulate. It starts here. It's going to be going through their natural progressions over here on this east side. KDS will be the spearhead here on Finca. Got a solid read as to these rotations, but just looking for the aggressive look that Los sometimes gives at these later moments in time. Drone rolling through here. And also hop out that radio window too. We see that one every once in a while. It's going to be the Legion, I do believe, of Maya over lying in wait. And Loban's actually going to be the first one to go down to KDS, as he will try and swing through. But again, FaZe finding this good patience play, getting through this map and good timing. Dash with a big moment there. KDS will be able to spring out the window, or rather door, and keep himself alive going later on into the round.
Maya now forced to do a lot of work on this doorway, but one cut down on the breach, not another though. A 3K for KDS. He single-handedly cleared out all of Los's extended positions. Cameron finds one before he's forced to rotate down below. He's got this C4 to deny the plant from the first floor. That might just be what ends up winning this round. One almost moves into position, but he waits. Doesn't blow it yet, and when he does, he finds no kill. Finds no purchase on a FaZe Clan attacker. So back up metal he goes to try this again. To spot it, downs KDS through the wall. Now he backs off. KDS nades himself, but he was already downed. Instead, it's Cyber who Cameraman starts focusing on. Half his health gone, but they know the mute's position. They know he's there, and Souls is able to win that fight. 4-2 half acquired for FaZe, and that half, if you got the opening pick, you won the round.
As you'd expect out of border, let's be honest. When it comes to gunfights, as we said, this map provides the best environment for them. Also provides the best environment to try and abuse your man advantage just by proxy. And well, both of these teams striking true in their own moments. Los getting the bare minimum, I would say, here on border. And it was one defensive round. Probably say the same thing, just don't want to be staring down the barrel of 6 of those dang things. So FaZe clan now will be shifting gears as they'll be going on over to the defensive side. Do you guys think we're seeing a map 3? I wasn't convinced. I really wasn't. I feel like we still got a majority Los crowd here, but FaZe seems to be winning them back just a little bit after that offensive side.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Not much, though. You can see what happened. He had the nade cooked. Wait. There it is. But it happens. You got down by Cameron through the wall. Not much you can do. And more importantly, FaZe get the 4-2 half they were looking for. Now they look to their defenses to box Los out of map 2, their own pick, and send us to Consulate, as many of you would like. Right now, how will Los perform? See Dots, who playing a lot of different operators yesterday, but usually focusing on the off pick, specifically Shields, now finds himself on Monty. Sometimes you can push the armory wall, sometimes you can push east. In this case, it appears the latter is what Dots is aiming for.
Monty can definitely be a skeleton key when it comes to the map of Border. You can walk in practically anywhere, and nobody can really do anything about it unless they have some key explosives abound to try and assist with that. Souls, not even some impact to try and get some verticality, but he'll try and shoot through instead. A good idea, but it'll just ting against Monty's huge shield. ADS gonna be on the dock. Something that we don't see too often, but a fantastic operator, especially on a map like this when it comes down to gunfights and trying to keep yourself healthy. He's the best in the biz. Dots, Nitro Cell out towards him, and all it's going to do is get rid of one of the Kiva barriers over here. Take a little bit off of Dots, but that's going to lead into a kill here from Loban. Dash working down low. Souls has been discovered. This Monty going to continue to work things around, but Dots, he plays it out perfectly on the Monty, folks. What a way to use that shield against your opponent.
And Los have taken down the East Stairs pressure and one player playing inside of Archive. There's only one player remaining from FaZe who is actively sitting in this spot. It's KDS, one of the most unkillable operators, and when you put him in a death spot, Doc, who can stim himself up countless times, well, 3 technically, to make sure that that position is for the defense. He does have Cyber for support now, looking to retake East Stairs, but that's a gunfight Maya needed to win, and one that is keeping Los in the game.
Are they aware? Oh no. KDS has been found, but will he be killed? Maya with the scythe. He'll slice KDS up. It's down to Handy now. He can't strike, he can't kill. It's Loban instead. And Los, just like FaZe in the first round, it's gonna be a flawless.
It was back-to-back for FaZe as well. 2 flawlesses in a row. And if Los are able to repeat that, we'll be all tied up 4-4. And one excited for Loban to make it back into the game. Excited for Los to make it back in the game. You guys are killing it with this sign game, I gotta say. You are some next-level haters.
They're on top of it today.
I've not seen this before.
I have not seen this level of hating, but I can definitely tell you, I'm here for it. I love it, personally. That's talk your talk, North America. I mean, what else are we gonna do? We're not in the tournament anymore.
Hey, boo him now!
Boo! Yeah, you can boo me. It's okay. It's all right. I probably deserve that one. It's okay.
That doesn't feel good, does it? Doesn't feel good, does it?
It feels like I earned it, and that's its own special reward, you know?
All right.
Maybe I'm just a masochist. You ever think about that? Well, if you guys have never pissed off a few Americans before, this is usually how it ends up.
Yeah. No dog in the fight. We just want to be a part of it.
Yeah, we just want to be a part of it. We just want to be a part of the fun. Isn't that right, folks? Is Los gonna win this game? I love each and every single one of you. This crowd has been fantastic this entire event. Give yourself a round of applause. All right, ladies and gents, let's get into round 8. FaZe Clan, they're staring down the barrel of a pissed off Los. They want to take it here in 2-0 fashion. This is their map choice, and that first round looked fantastic. An old angle, as Carter was wincing at, here all the way out from spawn, one that I have seen quite a few things happen over the years, most notably all the way back in the day for the fans back in SI 2019. Waka made a hell of a moment here playing Valkyrie. KDS going to be in a very similar circumstance.
Very similar, but not getting as aggressive. He'll instead layer up some magnets inside of CC. No Azami on the board that we saw Loban play in this position. Instead, it's Cyber on Castle and KDS and the Wamai on opposite sides of CC. But one of those fell very early on by the man of the hour himself. Maya then storms on in to take control, backs off a little bit. Hits the brakes as KDS has backed out of CC. That's an important piece of map control acquired for Los. You don't want to lose it. Now start focusing on the armory position as Maya opens the wall and begins to acquire intel.
Keep it going, folks. This is our last series of the day. You do not need a voice to talk to your friends tonight. You use those lungs to their fullest capacity. Maya, he'll take down KDS. FaZe Clan, their back is against the wall, and they're staring down Los, trying to get this back across the line. It'll be Vita King first to take down Dash. What a kill from him, and one that was desperately needed. They need to slow up Los. They're feeling too damn good over here.
That was the one position, the singular spot that at this point in the round, Los had not cleared. The one guy that might have swung things the way of FaZe, and while Vita King's gone, Handy's used his C4 to slowly claw it back. Maya, who opened up the armory position, now cut down. But Los have the verticality, they have control of the bathroom hatch. They can go for a plan if they want, and as they're softening up souls, they are inching ever so closer. They've downed him on the retake as well. They've spotted the aggression. There's only Handy in the bomb site now. Tries to get aggressive, spots him, takes the entire spray and almost all his HP, but he's just barely alive. Another goes his way, so does his ammo as well. He's trapped behind the bomb. They've got him isolated. They've got him shut down. 2 rounds in a row for Los. FaZe Clan's lead is gone.
And it's getting rowdy here in Atlanta. It's 4-4 now. Los on the favorable side. FaZe have not been able to hold a candle to these offenses. They've gotten a couple crumbles of the cookie, but not too much past that. It's gonna be a FaZe Clan timeout as they have to figure out how the heck to get some defenses on their side of this line.
Some heckling going on during the timeout. Definitely a big, big boost for Los is getting those opening picks, able to find success in that early round.
Oh, overrated. Overrated.
Yeah, that's
only
next level.
NA would talk this much trash when we're completely out of the tournament.
I mean, what else? Again, it's like you said.
Just like me, for real. Let me tell you.
We don't have a champion anymore. We just want to hate. We just want a good game, but more importantly, we want someone to root against. Not even necessarily to root for. But I know we saw quite a few passionate Loban fans in the crowd yesterday. And now that Los have started fighting their way back, they have put themselves back in this series and back in the driver's seat as FaZe take their tactical timeout, try to discuss a way in which they can progress on this half. And one immediate change, one immediate adjustment, Cyber on that Azami. We didn't see him last round, but it was a different bomb site. But we saw what Loban could and also couldn't do when a lot of attention was put on him. But Cyber having a good game so far. He's quieted off a bit. FaZe Clan are investing resources in him again to hold down that CC position. At least I assume.
Absolutely. FaZe are really hoping that this timeout has put Los on ice, cooled them down a little bit, allowed FaZe to try and reconcile with the last 2 rounds that they just witnessed, and figure out a game plan to try and take it to Los. The biggest issue that they've had is that Los has been able to find these key opening moments, whether it be through pressure from Monty or what have you. It's all been going the way of Los in these opening minute and a half. But for FaZe Clan, they've at least gotten a few key moments for themselves that they could be able to work off of. We'll see if they can try and find those once again here in round 9. Loban is going to entry from downstairs. Currently has server control and quite a few frag grenades that he can use to try and get a kill here on a moment's notice.
And that's why KDS is playing on this hatch and only on this hatch. He does not want to die to a nade below, as it's not the Azami holding down CC, but the Azami's very close by. KDS playing farther back in CC on that hatch while Cyber supporting from 90. So if Loban wants to find a home for these nades, it's got to be based on armory intels. There's no one actually on the roaming positions that are really available at the moment. Cameraman sending in some Bs to force rotations out from the defense.
Nice.
And we see the office doorway broken down. Dots has that diffuser, and as he backs out, he knew this was going to happen. He put that shield down there in the first place, and he's baited the C4 exactly as he wanted. The only bit of explosive utility that can stop him now is one impact grenade from Souls. Once Los figure that out, and now that it's been tossed, now that they have an opening pick, Dot starts moving on in. We've got a conga line trying to hit the retake, and they're all, not lining up for Loban. Instead, two go Souls' way. The retake stopped or successful from FaZe Clan. Dots, who seem to be the tip of the spear from Los, now the only one left. Nobody from FaZe Clan peeking anymore as he's trapped inside of office.
So very well done from FaZe. A massive distraction measure is put into this round by Los. It's a setup for an Archives plant over on the concrete side. This is usually a hallmark of OSA, but when the rest of your team can't build up around you, it starts to become extremely problematic. And Dots on very low HP, probably not long for this world as Cyber continues to pelt the wall. A hard angle as FaZe does their best impression of a rug. Souls will take down Dots, and FaZe will claim the lead yet again.
All the props to Souls on that position. Once the explosives faltered. Yeah, I had to read it real quick. I cannot read and speak at the same time. So you threw that up in front of me, I got distracted. Again?
They love it. They love it. We love you. You guys better keep this noise going this entire time. I was not lying when I said this is the last matchup of the day. You better be using that full lung capacity.
I don't want to be that dude, but like, why no Dark Zero chance?
Man,
that's true.
That's true. I mean, but to be fair, where was Dark Zero yesterday?
Okay.
Oh. Canadian might not like that one. I'm sure I'm getting a DM.
He's a good sport.
He's a very good sport.
As our FaZe Clan in this game is after the tactical timeout, win their first defense. The explosives went awry, but Souls getting both of those kills on the players, covering Dots, and Loban trying to hit the backstab.
Attacker's objective is to
Single-handedly brought FaZe back into contention of that round and ultimately pushed them over the line. So with FaZe retaking their lead, they'll try to hold the top floors. We're back to Teller's Archives. Hold the upstairs position. Try to stop this entry from Los that so far has been very successful.
Yes, it has. That last round, kind of a blip in what has been going on for Los so far. It was really just up to FaZe, keeping an open mind, right? There's a lot going on over in Archives, Carter, and it's a lot, it's very easy to get sucked into a play like that, especially with Dots constantly flirting with putting that case down. You really never know what you can do, especially, you're out of nitro cells, you're out of impacts. But where else can the play potentially be coming from? They check metal, they check these other windows, and they find every Los member besides the man trying to mess around with the case. And that's what works out so very well for FaZe in that regard. So now for FaZe, they're looking to try and build off the back of that, looking to do the same as what Los did on their map pick and steal it away from them.
Certainly stolen some utility as Magnets absorb a smoke grenade. Hammerman with a DMR instead of the Para. Looking to find someone in CCTV, but FaZe Clan not defending that position. They are pulled back inside of Armory and Office. Loban is snuck in, but a Gumine gives away his position. He hits it just in time, though. KDS shot in the back, and Loban limps his way out of Office, but victorious.
And just to touch on this for a second, he did it with the F2. We don't even see that gun anymore. Usually it's a 417 nowadays, but get a little flash of the F2, a fan favorite for years on Twitch. And Loban, he's got two now. It's feeling like 2019, baby.
Loban thinks he can channel it, but so does King. He cannot be stopped! One clip at a time! He cuts FaZe Clan down. Souls has intel on that. Zofia, but he's too scared. He's shaken. He's shook as he moves back into the bomb site. Los have taken control of that top floor and have forced the remaining FaZe Clan defenders in a very constricted position, stuck down on that middle floor. Handy's at least out of the new dimension. He can bolster it from vent, but Souls is alone on the site itself. Loban goes for the peek. 3 kills his way. He just spots the 4th, but that F2 recoil gives and takes away, but not in the case of Dash. Loban might fall, but Los are still standing. We are back to even. 5-5.
Oh!
That takes the cake.
There it is right there. So quick with the Photoshop nowadays, man. People are on top of their game when it comes to the memes, and I can definitely tell you this, though. This matchup here on Border is definitely no joke. 5-5 in between these two. FaZe with some solid considerations on their defensive side, but how do you stop a madman with the F2? Ubisoft can't even nerf this guy, folks. That recoil is insane, and he kills 4 people? 4 people? I mean, come on. That's truly incredible. He is going to put it away for a moment, looking towards the Finka now in the operator lineup. But just look at these replays, folks. Loban, time and time again, proving why he's the highest-rated player at this tournament.
And if he makes it to Grand Finals, very likely could be in contention for that MVP, should they win. But that is should they win the Grand Finals, and that is should they win this game, this map against FaZe Clan. They have brought it back on these attacks. They have channeled the success FaZe had by winning that opening pick and then converting it into a successful round. But more qualitatively in acquiring the map control they need to then move on to the bomb site in a timely manner. FaZe Clan roaming again. Neither of these teams are diverting too far from what you would expect from Border. Some of the individual operators might change, but the positions they're holding are all relatively the same. And on that same note, Los will start on the east side yet again. Try to find the first contestant on Will You Be the Opening Pick from FaZe Clan.
Well, let's spin the wheel, Carter. See what we get. Handy doing his damnedest to try and meet his twin brother in the finals.
Reloading!
They have to take Border and Consulate in order to do so. Nade awaits him, so does the rest of W7M. What a story that would be. We have to get there first. Have to find the bridge, too. It's been very hard fought. Neck and neck, these two squads. Maya with a great find here on that sensor. He'll get the Valkyrie camera as well as somebody that was lying in wait over an office, and Dots up that information. He's immediately going to eviscerate Souls. They find the opening kill they so desperately needed, but Handy, he fires back with the MPX.
A trade FaZe Clan needed to retain control of Armory, as CCTV and Office very likely would have gone the way of Los had you not had that. But now, KDS can stay alive on that top floor, and Los need to do a little bit more work to move forward. Nice nade from Loban. We're starting to open it up. Now it is just KDS. His teammate taken down. Dot somehow gets away with that. Default cam on him, but that defender still misses the gunfight.
Handy, the lone soul on this top floor now. So much to do, so much to accomplish, but it's in your hands, my friend. There's 3 targets here. He's got 1. Can he get the second? He cannot. It's shut down. It's down to KDS and Cyber. There's no longer a body on this top floor for FaZe. They have to try and fend them off the bomb site. It's KDS and Cyber to do so. Loban, Dots, and Maya have great positioning around the metal stairs to be able to try and play into this one.
They've got plenty of drones too. 45 seconds to reset. 4 drones they can actively use to find these remaining defenders. Match point. Just 2 bodies and 24 seconds separates it if Los can just keep a clean execute, not leave any gaps. KDS found, but do they know about Cyber? They know about KDS. Loban's watching, he knows now! A quick 2-piece! The underdogs might just have their day. 1 round away from a date with W7M.
And is this it for FaZe Clan? Their backs against the wall. Handy doing his damnedest to try and fight for FaZe, to try and meet his brother in the finals. But Cameraman and Los, they're on a revenge tour, looking to show Brazil just what they're capable of. Loban and Maya have been two of the phenoms of this entire tournament, and they're showing it yet again here, just why we keep saying their names. Dots with that great opener, but Loban and the rest of the gang to slam the door shut on FaZe and take the lead on their map choice.
13-9. He's making the recovery. We have been denied an underdog victory. We have been denied a champion to support.
Attacker's objective is to
And
locate a bomb
Los,
and defuse it.
from the bottom of Brazil to the LCQ to Atlanta, might just send home one of the favorites. They can win this one final attack.
All right, folks, one final gauge before we get too deep into this. Is FaZe taking us to overtime? Oh.
So by my math, does that mean you think Los is winning it?
I'll take those odds. Take those odds any day of the week.
Well, Los certainly will. We'll see if they can hear you, Atlanta. Because FaZe certainly have. On the back foot now, they do not want to find an early engagement with any of these Los players. Dash below will likely have to use his grenades to take down one of them. As FaZe are in that position where you're second-guessing yourself, wondering whether or not the next gunfight might be your last, and whether it's better just to play patiently. Drones being shot, but Los had plenty in the late round last time. FaZe need to do some more damage there to stop Loban from getting the intel to get those picks.
A little entranced in the chance there for a split second, but Dots, he's found the potential first mark here for Los. It's a high target environment. Quite a few bodies around this space. One in the central hallway. Maya finds Cyber. Handy Maya! A double kill for him. Los, it's in your hands.
Attackers have located
3
a bomb.
bodies remain. They stand in your way of the grand finals here in Atlanta. You still have Monty up. You still have so many cameras and time. This is the moment here for Los.
1 more minute. Dots moves into archives. They have cleared open the right half, the eastern portion closest to the bomb site. But we saw Solos recover it last time, and Dash does him in. KDS spots his doom, staring him in the face. The man with the diffuser unshields to take the fight. Handy gone. It's all on KDS. Champions rise and fall, but finally, sacrifice after sacrifice, we have an underdog in the finals. Los play W7M for the Atlanta Major Trophy.
And what a story for Los here, folks. An incredible showcasing on both of these maps of their abilities, their talent, but not only that, their